Welcome to Notary 20. In this guide, we will walk through how to notarize an affidavit online, step by step. An affidavit is more than just a regular form. It is a written statement made under oath or affirmation, which means the signer is declaring that the facts in the document are true. Because of that, the signing process must be handled carefully. In this presentation, we will explain what an affidavit is, when it is commonly used, what information should be completed before the session, what the notary is responsible for, and how the Notary 20 online notarization process works. Please remember that this guide is for general informational purposes only. Requirements may vary depending on the state, court, agency, school, bank, or receiving institution. Always use the exact form required by your recipient and confirm whether remote online notarization is accepted. The simple answer is this. Before notarizing an affidavit online, the signer should complete the factual parts of the affidavit, prepare a valid photo ID, and leave the notary section blank. An affidavit is signed by the person making the statement. That person is called the affiant. Most affidavits require a jurat, which means the signer must appear before the notary, swear or affirm that the statement is true, and sign the document in the notary's presence. Do not edit the notary wording, the notary certificate, or the jurat section unless the recipient specifically instructs you to do so. The notary will complete that section during the online session. With Notary 20, the usual process is straightforward. Complete the PDF, send the document an ID, pay the service fee, join the online notary session, swear or affirm, sign, and receive the notarized PDF by email. Affidavits are commonly used when a person needs to make a formal written statement of facts. For example, an affidavit may be used for court or legal filings, such as declarations of fact, identity issues, address verification, lost documents, financial facts, or service-related statements. Affidavits may also be requested by government agencies, schools, licensing offices, immigration-related processes, or benefit programs when they need a sworn written statement from the applicant. In business and personal matters, affidavits may support insurance claims, bank requests, inheritance matters, employment records, address confirmation, or internal compliance files. The key point is this. The notary does not decide whether the affidavit is acceptable. The receiving court, agency, bank, school, employer, or institution controls the acceptance requirements. The most important person in an affidavit is the affiant. The affiant is the person making the sworn statement. The affiant's full legal name should be entered clearly and should reasonably match the government-issued photo ID used during the notary session. If the affidavit asks for an address, phone number, case number, account number, or other identifying information, those fields should also be completed accurately. The statement of facts should be clear, specific, and based on personal knowledge. Avoid guessing. Avoid vague language. Avoid making legal conclusions unless the form or recipient specifically requires that wording. Many affidavits also include recipient details, case information, agency names, account numbers, property addresses, or exhibit labels. These details should be consistent throughout the document. A common mistake is signing too early, leaving key fields blank, using nicknames instead of legal names, or using a form that does not match the recipient's requirements. The sworn statement section is the heart of the affidavit. This is where the affiant states the facts that they are swearing or affirming to be true. Before the online notary session, the signer should carefully review every statement in this section. Check the affiant information, including the full legal name, address, phone number, and any identifying details required by the form. Then review the facts themselves. The statement should be complete, accurate, and based on the affiant's personal knowledge. Make sure there are no blank spaces, contradictions, spelling errors, or unsupported claims. Also review dates, locations, names, case numbers, account numbers, addresses, and exhibit references. If the affidavit includes attachments, label them clearly, such as Exhibit A or Attachment 1. Most importantly, do not swear or affirm anything you do not understand or do not believe to be true. If the wording is unclear, ask the recipient or an attorney before notarization. For affidavits, the most common notarial act is a jurat. A jurat means the signer appears before the notary, swears or affirms that the content of the affidavit are true, and signs the document in the notary's presence. This is different from an acknowledgment. An acknowledgment confirms that the signer signed voluntarily, but usually does not include a sworn oath or affirmation. Because of that, an acknowledgment may not be enough if the affidavit requires a jurat. During the online session, the notary may administer a verbal oath or affirmation. For example, the signer may be asked to confirm that the statements in the affidavit are true and correct. The signer should follow the certificate printed on the document and the recipient's instructions. The notary cannot choose legal content for the signer or decide which affidavit form the signer should use. The notary section is not for the signer to complete. The notary does not draft the affidavit, verify whether the facts are true, or provide legal advice. The notary's role is to verify the signer's identity, administer the oath or affirmation, witness the signature if required, and complete the notarial certificate. The affiant usually signs and dates the affidavit during the online session. In some limited cases, a prior signature may be acknowledged, but for many affidavits with jurat wording, the signer should be prepared to sign live during the session. The notary will complete the venue, date, jurat wording, notary signature, electronic seal, commission information, and required notary record. If the document has witness lines, exhibit initials, or additional party signatures, those requirements should be arranged before the session according to recipient's instructions. The safest rule is simple. Complete your own factual information, but leave the notary certificate, seal, and notary wording blank. Before the online notary session, prepare everything in advance. First, have a valid, unexpired government-issued photo ID ready. This may be a driver's license, state ID, or passport, depending on what the notary platform accepts. The name on the ID should reasonably match the name on the affidavit. Second, prepare the final affidavit PDF. Complete all signer control fields, including facts, dates, addresses, case details, exhibits, and attachments. Do not leave factual sections blank unless the recipient specifically instructs you to do so. Third, make sure your device is ready. You will need a working camera, microphone, stable internet connection, and access to the final document. For remote online notarization, there may also be identity proofing steps required by the platform. Before starting, confirm that the receiving court, agency, school, bank, employer, or institution accepts remote online notarization and out-of-state online notaries. The Notary 20 online workflow is designed to be simple. Step 1. Complete the affidavit. Fill in the facts, affiant information, dates, exhibits, and recipient required fields. Leave the jurat and notary section blank. Step 2. Send the document. Upload or email the affidavit PDF together with a valid photo, ID that will be used for verification. If the recipient gave special instructions, include those instructions as well. Step 3. Verify your identity. Join the live online notary session with your camera, microphone, ID, and final affidavit. Step 4. Swear or affirm, then sign. The notary will administer the oath or affirmation, and you will sign during the session unless the notary confirms another acceptable workflow. Step 5. Receive the completed notarized PDF by email. After that, you can submit it to the court, agency, school, bank, employer, or other recipient. If the recipient requires witnesses, wedding originals, a specific state notary, or special court wording, arrange that before the online session. Before you submit the notarized affidavit, review the final checklist. Make sure the correct affidavit form is being used. Confirm that the affiant's legal name matches the ID. Review all facts carefully. Check dates, addresses, case details, account numbers, and names. If there are exhibits or attachments, make sure they are labeled consistently. For the notary package, make sure the jurat or notary certificate was left for the notary. Prepare a valid government photo ID. Test your camera, microphone, and internet connection. Be ready to take the oath or affirmation live during the session. Most importantly, confirm that the recipient accepts remote online notarization. Some recipients may require a wedding original, witnesses, special language, or their own affidavit form. To close, the goal is a clean package. The correct form, complete facts, valid ID, live oath or affirmation, proper jurat, and confirmed recipient acceptance. Thank you for watching this Notary 20 guide. If you need to notarize an affidavit online, prepare your completed document and ID first, then send them to Notary 20 for review and online notarization.